Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're
So
fine.
let's back up for just a minute. Did you graduate with a diploma from high school?
I didn't. I graduated with a, certificate of completion. Um, at first, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know where my life was going to lead to and where it was going to go. But now I'm like, I'm loving it. I'm living the dream. So it's just, hey, and like some people always tell me, they're like, you don't need, it's like, you don't, it's just a lot of stuff. Cause I always say, I needed this, I want this, I want that. But then now I'm like, who would have thought I would be doing this? So, yeah.
What was high school like for you? Did you get to participate in the general education classes, or did you spend a lot of time in one place? What did the day look like?
So one class, I had one regular class, and then the rest of them I stayed in that particular class. So basically, that one particular class was, I believe was social study, my regular class. During the time I had my special education class, and with that was I had Miss Ocardo, and I think she's on the coffee chat. So she was the teacher that basically encouraged me through a lot. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to graduate on time, but God has made a way and made me graduate on time. So I'm humble and I'm grateful.
So you finished high school at 18. You left high school at 18. You went into
Yes,
the you went into another program, right? When you
I
finished high
did.
school?
I
Tell us
did.
about that.
So that program is called the policy program. It's called Paycheck. Basically, they help you with a different kind of different things. They helping you with how to be independent, how to be how you be independent with a person with a disability. Basically, they helping you with job training and different kind of things like catching a bus, using your bank card. So some of the tools I have already gained because I was learning from my dad. So when I got into the program, they was like, "Oh my God, like you know that you know this." I'm like, "Yeah, my dad. He was like, well, tell him I thank you." So I was also helping the other students who was in there inside the program. And I went to we had like a local college day. I never had an experience going to college, but it was so amazing. Also working at Universal Hospital as an assistant, a medical assistant. So basically I'm like checking people in. It was fun. It was fun.
Wow, you've had more jobs than I have, I think. I'm kind of jumping around a bit, but I think it's just it's amazing that um, that you went from a self-contained classroom, basically not graduating with a high school diploma, and you're working full time. So tell me what kind of do you know what kinds of things you had to do as far as getting with Social Security? Were you getting any kind of government benefits before? How did that kind of thing work? Can you talk about
So
that
before I started here or before I started
before
like
you
leaving.
started working full time?
So I was getting a check. Currently I'm actually not because, which I'm okay with that because I always tell people I'm not trying to linger on the check because I can do for myself. And my dad always taught me, and other people who I still talk to, I can do stuff for myself. So basically, that check is just, it's still there. It's just, I'm not physically using it. So yeah, like that I was getting that it's been a minute. So now I just don't know because I don't have it now.
Well, that's all right. I threw that one in there because that wasn't a question we had talked about. It just popped into my mind. I'm like that. So jumping then back to high school, you said you spent most of your day in one class. Did you get to take any kinds of electives like art, band, agricultural
I
science?
did so I did like woodshop. I had woodshop. I had woodshop. I think that was in my 11th grade year. That was it didn't go so. Now at first I was like, I don't know about this.
Got all
Y'all
your
want me to
fingers?
cut what?
You got all your fingers
Yeah,
left?
yeah. So, and I had wood shop. That was amazing. I actually passed the class with a B. I didn't think I was gonna pass. They was like, "Come on now, Will, you can pass. You can pass the class. It's a wood shop." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I don't know, so I'm sorry, my bad." But it was a great.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know at least that, that you had other classes. That concerns me, that I just want to make sure you had a good high school experience.
I did. I just some things sometimes I wonder and I just wish things was different. But I mean, I'm grateful. Like I always I tell people, and my dad had to explain to me that just be grateful for the things that where you're at. And particularly I'm grateful. I am.
It sounds like your dad has been a huge advocate for you in your life, and he's taught you a lot of things about life and just getting along and being an adult.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else have you had in your corner? I know it's been a hard week for you. But who else have you had that has supported you?
So the guy who's on here now, Ruben Dunn, he's been a inspiration. I always used to tell he was my manager at Audubon. So I always told him he was gonna be my assistant. Like we used to be like, he used to give me a lot of things, like encourage me, he still do, and we still talk. So he's a big inspiration, he's like a big brother to me. Um a couple other people that's on here, my mom, my dad, my grandmother who is no longer with us. But I'm actually doing this in the honor of everyone because every person who have encouraged me it was amazing, like top pep talks and everything. So I'm not gonna cry,
No,
but
good, because you'll get it
so
all started.
it's overwhelming, like when you have so much people in your corner who supporting you, who doesn't just see, yeah, you have a disability, yeah, he's not gonna be able to make it, but they see past the disability. So I'm actually grateful for everybody that's in my corner, like family, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my sister, people at LSU that support me a lot. And what I say about that is my director, Dr. Wilson, and also my supervisor is Sue Killam. So it's unbelievable, and I'm just grateful.
One other thing, Will, because we're going to be out of time in about 2 minutes, but what would you have? What kind of encouragement would you like to pass on to parents who have a student, maybe a high school, junior high, high school student with a disability,
Mhm.
or people with disabilities in high school or adulthood? What kind of advice would you give them?
For parents, allow your child to be great. Allow your child to be great because if you don't allow your child to be great, they will never blossom. And like I always remember, and like I always, back in my mind, everybody's not going to be here forever. So you have to allow your child to be the best they can be with a disability. Yeah, you might be scared. Yeah, it might just be a little shaker, but just allow your child to be. Caregivers, I could say, I don't know, just let your child, let the person be great with a disability. Let them be great and just be that fun
What would you say about
because
risk, Will? Let your child take some risks.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I always say. Because some parents be like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. If that, I don't know if he gonna. Okay, it's okay. He gonna make mistakes. They gonna make mistakes. I have made a lot of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I made a lot of mistakes, but again, I continue and I keep growing. I just continue being the best I can be every day.
Right.
It's hard, but hey, I'm
So
still
what
here.
about those students? You are very self-determined and you are probably your own best advocate. So what would you say to high school students or to young adults that can do and that maybe aren't reaching their full potential? What would you say to them?
Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Listen to the people that's older than you. Um, if they're telling you something and they kind of feel like they hard on you, that means they care about you. They care about you. And I always I had never understood when people just be yelling and screaming. I'm like, well, why are you yelling? And like, so now I'm like, you care, you understand, you want me to grow. So again, the people that's gonna be in your life just, yeah.
That's very good advice. Get a mentor. That's pretty much true for anybody at any stage of life. You kind of need to have people around you, people in your corner who believe in you.
Who's gonna guide you? Like you always, and I look for other people who are gonna guide me. If you're not gonna guide me the right way, I don't want you around me. Like if you just, it's just I don't need all that. I just need, if you're gonna pour into me, pour into my cup. But if you're gonna take away, I don't want you around me.
There
That's
you
how I
go.
feel.
There you go. That's pretty much, I think that's a great comment to end on. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I have dropped a link to our very brief survey in the chat box. So if you wouldn't mind just clicking on that before we leave, I would appreciate it. I'm muting a couple of people. I'm getting a lot of, there we go, getting a lot of outside noise. But if you wouldn't mind just clicking on that for me and give Will some feedback, because he's going to get these comments and stuff. So give him some feedback on that. And
please, I would love to know how I do, because I would love to know if I need to work on some things. Hey, I love it.
all right, everybody. Thank you so much. And y'all have a great day.
Thank you.